All right, let's just jump right in. Ever have that feeling where time is just flying by, where the days just kind of blur into weeks and then all of a sudden another year is gone and you think, wait, what really changed? That's what it feels like to live on autopilot. So today, we're going to break down 7 really powerful habits to help you grab the controls and start designing the life you actually want by 2026.
So I want you to start with this question and be really honest with yourself. If you kept doing everything exactly the same habits, the same distractions, the same mindset, would you look back in a couple of years and be proud of where you are? It's a tough question for sure, but asking it is where real change always begins.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. We tend to think our lives get derailed by some huge, explosive mistake. But the reality? It's the small, quiet, everyday choices we make that really shape our future. These tiny little routines, they compound over time, for better or for worse.
So let's talk about this first big idea, what it means to live on autopilot. It's basically a state of constant reaction, right? You wake up, you react to your phone. You get to work, you react to your emails. Your whole day is shaped by what other people need from you, not by what you intend to do. And before you know it, all this time has passed, but you haven't actually moved forward on your own terms.
So how do we break that cycle? Well, we're going to start with 3 foundational habits. And the very first one is this: you have to design your day. The only real cure for living reactively is to start living intentionally. And you got to remember, direction is so much more important than speed. It's about aiming your life where you want it to go, not just rushing through it.
You can almost feel the difference here, can't you? Look at the left side, that reaction mode. It just drains your energy before your day has even really started. But when you shift over to intention mode, by taking a few minutes the night before to plan, you wake up with a sense of purpose. You control your time, and you protect your energy for the things that really matter to you. And listen, this plan does not need to be complicated. Forget those massive, stressful to-do lists. Just take a few minutes every night to identify these 3 simple things. This tiny ritual is what shifts you from just drifting through your days to actually steering the ship.
Okay, so now that we're designing our days, let's move on to our second foundational habit, strengthening your focus. Distraction is the silent killer of our growth. It's usually not a lack of talent or brains that holds us back. It's a lack of being able to just sit down and concentrate.
And here's the crucial thing to get. Focus isn't some magic gift you either have or you don't. It's a muscle. And just like any other muscle, it gets weaker if you don't use it. In this crazy, distracted world we live in, being able to truly concentrate has become a legitimate superpower. If you train this muscle, you give yourself a massive advantage.
And here's your workout plan. It's simple, just 1 hour a day. I'll be honest, it's gonna feel weird at first. Your brain is gonna scream for a distraction. But if you stick with it, you are literally rewiring your brain to be able to do deep, meaningful work again.
Now, our third and final foundational habit is one we all know, but it's so profound. Take care of your body. Think about it. Your ambition, your creativity, your discipline, all of that lives inside your physical body. If your body is run down and ignored, your biggest dreams are going to start to feel way too heavy to carry.
And the goal here isn't about having a perfect body or doing some crazy workout regimen. It's about being reliable. It's about building a body that supports your goals instead of working against them. A short walk every day is so much more powerful than one intense gym session you only do once a month. Consistency always wins.
All right, we've got our foundation set. Now let's get into 3 habits that are all about action. Habit number 4 is a big one. Create, don't just consume. This is a major separator between people who grow and people who stay stuck. Most of us spend our days just absorbing things, scrolling feeds, watching videos. It feels like we're busy, but our lives aren't actually changing.
This slide really shows you the critical difference. Consumption is passive, but creation is active. When you create something, it could be writing, building a side project, whatever, you're forced to get clear on your ideas. It shows you what you don't know, and that's where the real growth happens. Okay, our next action-oriented habit, number 5, can be a little uncomfortable, but it's absolutely essential if you want to move forward. You have to detach from your past. You simply cannot build the future you want if you're still clinging to old habits, old excuses, or old environments that just don't match the person you're trying to become.
This question right here is your weekly audit. Ask it and be totally honest. Maybe it's a weekly phone call that drains you, or a habit that pulls you back into your old ways.
See, growth isn't just about adding new things. It's also about having the courage to let go of what's holding you back. Let's talk about our sixth habit, and the last one in this action section, committing to your choices. So many of us get stuck in this loop of overthinking, right? We wait for the perfect plan, the perfect moment. But that perfect moment, it's never going to come.
Indecision feels like you're being responsible, but really, it's just fear wearing a mask. And this is so key. Clarity comes from doing, not from thinking. Make a small, imperfect decision today. The momentum you get from that is way more powerful than the perfect plan you never actually start. Okay, so we've covered 6 really powerful habits. But this final one, this is the one. This is the habit that truly separates the people who transform their lives from those who just watch videos about it.
The 7th and final habit, the one that ties it all together, is self-reflection. This is the step most people skip, and that's exactly why they stay stuck. It's why they end up living the same year over and over again, making the same mistakes, because they never stop to actually become aware of what they're doing. They just stay on autopilot.
And look, all it takes is 5 minutes. No phone, no distractions, just you in these 3 honest questions. And this isn't about judging yourself or feeling guilty. It's just about awareness. Awareness is the fuel for real conscious change. This simple practice is what keeps you awake at the wheel of your own life.
So, we've covered 7 powerful habits. And I know, it can feel like a lot, but now we have to shift from learning about them to actually doing something. And the next step is unbelievably simple.
Please, forget about trying to do all 7 of these perfectly starting tomorrow. That's just a recipe for getting overwhelmed and giving up. Progress is never, ever about perfection.
That's it. That is the entire secret. Just pick one. One habit from this list that really spoke to you. One small change that you can actually commit to. Because that is how real, lasting transformation always begins.
And that brings us right back to where we started.
The clock is ticking. You can get to the end of 2026 as the exact same person, or you can become someone you are deeply, truly proud of. And that choice isn't made in some big, grand decision down the road. It's made in the single, small habit you decide to start today. The only question left is, who will you choose to become?